Hello everybody. My name is Abdullah Burruk, and this channel is dedicated to talking about Palestine in general and politics in general as well. And I want to also introduce myself here. I'm a Palestinian American, originally from the region of Jenin, from the villages that are. I'm from a couple villages that are in Jenin and Bisan. So I want to talk about something that's very important to me, which is the it's the possibility of the recognition of a Palestinian state by Donald Trump. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? So I want to read a couple of things to you that I thought was very interesting. So the first thing here is by the Jerusalem Post, and I'll put a little picture somewhere on the screen for you guys to read with me, which says Gulf diplomatic source claims Trump will announce U.S. recognition of Palestinian state. So it says also to finish, Saudi Arabia will host a Gulf US summit in mid May during Trump's Mid East visit. Okay, so right now he's in the Middle East. Right now, Donald Ibn Trump is here. Well, not here, I'm not in the Middle East, but he's there in the Middle East meeting with these members of states and trying to work on some type of deals with them. I mean, in my mind, it's just like unbelievable that that there would be any type of claim. So far, we haven't seen any official speech about this. Nobody really speaking about it from the Republican Party or from Donald Trump himself. So I have huge doubt that is true. I mean, I would be I would be absolutely blown away if it was actually to turn out to be true. America recognizing a Palestinian state, so far-fetched. I mean, France and other countries, they're planning to recognize Palestine in the upcoming months. But for America, I mean, we literally give Israel our tax money. We give them so much that they don't deserve to have at all. Yet, we're going to go and recognize Palestine. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. It would just change everything. Geopolitically, it would change everything. So that was the first post I wanted to read to you guys. The second article I read here was that Trump grants Saudi Arabia a peaceful nuclear program without a need to normalize with Israel. So I believe that normalization with Israel is not on the table there, but I do think that there are other deals that have been worked in, maybe cheaper gas, maybe fuel for the United States. As you guys know, there is a tariff war between China and the United States, and the Middle Eastern allies of the United States have always kind of given the United States an edge in terms of the cheap fuel and oil that they've been able to get out to the United States. So there's definitely not just for the sake of being nice to the Saudis. As we know, Donald Trump is a businessman. So I think that he would seek to benefit in any way he can for in terms of business for the United States. And I do think that I do think that it's good for Saudi Arabia to have a nuclear program because us Middle Eastern countries, we deserve to have more technology and to be more modernized. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. And without normalization with Israel is a big one because we've seen in the past that a lot of deals having to need a normalization with Israel. On the contrary, it seems that Saudi Arabia is actually pushing the United States to recognize Palestine in return of something that Saudi Arabia states, which is very wild. If it's actually true that Saudi Arabia is pushing for the recognition of a Palestinian state, I mean, that's absolutely mind blowing as well. And again, it's not because I have any personal against Saudi Arabia. There's other countries that are far more Zionist than Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia didn't normalize relations. They haven't joined the Abrahamic Accords. So there are countries like Morocco, UAE, Bahrain, just a few, and there are many others that really have a really friendly relationship with Israel, like shooting down rockets or whatever, really kind of being a buffer state for. So that's a totally different thing, though. That also has to include Iran, and a lot of countries do not like Iran. So it doesn't necessarily have to be something with Israel. It doesn't have to be necessarily a love for Israel, but more like they're trying to push away the Iranian influence at the same time. Politics in the Middle East sometimes can be a little bit complicated. But I do see that Saudi Arabia having a peaceful nuclear program will be only beneficial for the region. And I also believe that the fact that they don't have to normalize Israel is a very good green light to other countries to start to push for more modernization, more deals with the United States, more deals with the West that do not require the recognition. And then lastly, I had this funny picture. Obviously, it's not true. It's not real. Just putting that out there. It's for a joke. Hamas and Trump administration negotiate directly without Israel involved. Al Jazeera reports. Okay, now that part is true. Hamas actually negotiated directly with Donald Trump, and this was behind Israel's back. And then, of course, Netanyahu comes out and he's like, "No, we're planning." They absolutely had no idea, and they weren't even happy about the deal. That's not planning. He's just trying to show that he has some sort of power or charge or respect among the world leaders. He really doesn't. I mean, this means that Trump really respects Hamas more than Israel. at this point because he's literally making deals with Hamas behind Israel's back. So that must have been a blow to the ego of Netanyahu. But this post says Hamas announces it has been engaging direct negotiations with the United States for several days and that the two sides want to reach an agreement on a ceasefire in Gaza and the entry of humanitarian. Okay, first of all, I thought this was a different picture. I'm so unprofessional, but this is actually legit. This is actually real. So yeah, this is very good. If anything we can do to get humanitarian aid, anything that we can do to end to bring peace to the region, anything we can do to bring recognition to the Palestinian state is going to be positive. It's not going to be negative. No, that's a very. These are all better topics. I do have a last post to read to you guys. I actually couldn't find the joking post, but what I remember it saying was basically Trump is like part of Hamas. Okay, it's a joke. And again, I'm not a Hamas supporter. So I'm just putting that out there. It's a meme, and I actually thought I was reading it when I was reading the last post. But I have this last post, serious post. State Department sources have informed AF Post that a coalition is forming to recognize Palestine. Ya Rab, please let it be true, not free, and free. Let it be Palestine. Following the revelation of the plan, APAC and Zionists have been incessantly calling to prevent Trump from recognizing Palestine. So first of all, I don't know what incessantly means. You guys see what I'm reading there? I don't really know what that word incessantly means, but calling to prevent Trump from recognizing. I can understand that part very well. And that's not really a surprise. Why would APAC want, Trump is supposed to be the big Zionist. He's the president of the United States. If he was to recognize Palestine tomorrow, he would be the biggest pro-Palestinian Westerner. Like, no doubt about it. That would be really mind-blowing. I'm serious. It'd be huge news. I mean, the Arab world would be celebrating. The whole Arab world would be celebrating, and it would just be amazing for me. Like, I'm just imagining next steps, like, okay, opening up our airport in Palestine so we can travel to Palestine directly without having to deal with the horrible Jordanians at the border, or flying into Tel Aviv direct. That would be even better. That would be amazing. We'd have like a full freedom to actually go back and visit our homeland, visit the olive trees, visit our ancestral homeland. I have so much family there. I have so many family there who are just regular people trying to make it through life. And I haven't seen them in years. I'd love to go back. I'd love to go back. I still want to go back right now. But seeing the kind of issues that Palestinian Americans are going through there, it's kind of pushing me away from that. But eventually, hopefully, at least when the war ends, maybe I'll still go and give it a visit. But hopefully by then we'll have an actual recognition of Palestine and an airport. I mean, I know I'm just dreaming at this point, but that's really wishful thinking. But I hope it actually turns out to be true, and that I hope I'm proven wrong. So anyway, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you guys have a good day or a good night. Where please like and subscribe. And before you go, just check out this cool shirt that I have. Look at this shirt. This is awesome. This is the Palestine flag, a part of the Palestine flag indication, and it says Palestine in Arabic. You can find these t-shirts on my Etsy page. I'll put the link to my Etsy page in the description below, and please like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.